Hey there, Ryan the Ride Mechanic. I wanted to cover one subject today that I get a lot of questions on, kind of a nerdy question, which granted I'm very nerdy, so it's one of my first questions I had, but never really answer it for some people. When we talk about brakes on a roller coaster, there's a lining on the inside. The brake fins or shoes on the train are typically made out of hardened steel, so they're not very consumable. Every about 2 to 3 years you have to replace those. And the receiving end of that, the shoe that's on the track, that's the part that you have to change out all the time. And for the most part, typical amusement rides use a mixture of brass on those brakes. Pure brass doesn't do very good because it deforms extremely fast and it wears down extremely fast. So there's this stuff out there. You can buy it actually from, I believe McMaster-Carr sells it. It's a marine grade Bunting brass. And the stuff is almost as strong as steel is when it comes to that surface tension. And that's the stuff that we line the brakes with typically. It's called bunting brass. And it's some really heavy duty stuff. It's very nasty once it starts to wear in. It creates big, long, sharp slivers. So you don't want to go up and touch any of that stuff. And not to mention it's really hot at the same time. Some parks still use a mixture of brass and some other alloy in there to wear it down. It also depends on the severity of the brake. For example, holding brakes that are in stations and things like that, they might not need so much force to stop as they want it to be quiet. So they'll replace that brass lining with a brake lining where it's more of a non-metallic fibrous material. And that lining will cause us to get good stop out of it, but it doesn't make much noise at all. So that's good for indoor stations where trains are constantly coming to a stop because they're quiet. They wear down a little bit faster and they're much more expensive, of course. The nice part about bunting brass is that you can buy it from local metal suppliers, maybe not so much local, but you could buy it from metal suppliers, and then you can machine it down to your specs that you need and install it on the ride when you need to. Those other composite pad materials that some parks use, much trickier. There's adhesion properties and stuff there where you basically have to glue the pad to the liner and get it to work. But yeah, that's the fun stuff that brakes are. This is just a real quick one, but Ryan the Ride Mechanic, please like and subscribe, and if you have any ideas for future videos, let me know. Comments below. Take care.